Hey, Legal Gangsta, this is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer. I need you all to please listen to this. I need you all also to please share this. Not because I'm trying to build numbers up on my channel, but because I need this information to be distributed to your family, to your friends, to your community, and to anyone else you feel that could use this information. Now, this trial that is about to be held in New York against Donald Trump is extremely detrimental to the United States judicial system. Not just to the United States judicial system, but to the judicial system of every state. And that includes the state where you reside. And let me explain to you why. Imagine you're leaving a store. All of a sudden, police officer gets behind you, turn on his lights, and pulls you over. Okay? Now you ask the officer, why are you pulling me over? And the officer says, well, I ran your plate and I found out you have a misdemeanor warrant out for some violation that was committed 2 years ago. Okay, now you find yourself in back of the police car being taken to jail. You get to jail, you get booked in. You go before the judge, you get magistrated. The judge tells you your offense, which is a misdemeanor offense. And so you're waiting for the judge to give you a bond so you can get in touch with a bonding company, or you can get a pretrial bond, personal recognizance bond. But then all of a sudden the judge says, you know what, we're going to have to upgrade this charge to a felony. And so you're like, Judge, why are you upgrading my charge to a felony? The judge comes back and tells you, well, when you committed this offense, this misdemeanor offense 2 years ago, it is my comprehension, again, my comprehension, that while you were committing this misdemeanor offense, that you were actually in the process of committing a felony offense. And so now you're really confused. And so you ask the judge, well, what's going on? What do you mean a felony offense? Then the judge says to you, we're not exactly sure what the felony is. We have not given it a category. We just know that when you committed this misdemeanor, you were truly in the process of attempting or actually committing the felony. So now, because of this felony, you have this exorbitant bond, or maybe no bond, because we don't know what the felony is that the judge has now placed on you, because the judge himself has not even told you what the felony charge is. So in the course of leaving the store, on your way home, you are arrested, you are taken to jail, you are booked in, you are magistrated on a misdemeanor charge that is upgraded to a felony on the spot because of a charge that you don't even know what the charge is, nor do the judge. Does that make sense? Does that sound like justice to you? This is the exact same thing that they are doing to Donald Trump in New York. His original charge was a misdemeanor, which the judge upgraded to a felony. The felony charge that the judge upgraded the misdemeanor to has not been decided. The only thing that the judge said is, I know you were in the process, Donald Trump, I know you were in the process of committing a felony. I just don't know what the felony was, but we're going to try and figure it out. But until then, we're going to still try you for a felony that we don't even know what the felony is. What type of sense does that make? Can you all see the miscarriage of justice here? We are talking about the judicial system, the United States judicial system, the New York judicial system, doing this to a former president of the United States. Can you all see how foolish this is? So I share this with you all so that you all will understand that if they can do this to him, can you imagine what can be done to you on any given day? Right now, and I'm going to bring it home just a few moments. In Harris County, we have individuals sitting in jail who have been in jail for years at this point on misdemeanor charges simply because they have not been able to bond out. And I did say years on misdemeanor charges. What if it was a felony? We think because the 5 o'clock news or our social media constantly tells us that Donald Trump, or air quotes, this orange man is so bad, we feel like we can feel the same way about him and be okay with the way they treat him. And I'm going to say this, if they can do it to him, they have no problem with doing it to us. I want you all to really think about that. I want you all to truly absorb that. Not only can they do it to us, they can do it to our children. They can do it to our grandchildren. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you all to do is pray that all of these cases around the United States, to include the one in Georgia, all of these cases be brought to abrupt close and dismissed. And secondly, I'm going to ask you all to please, when someone tells you about Donald Trump and why you should not like him, before you just receive that, I'm going to ask you to do your own research. Find out what this man truly has done for us compared to what others, namely Joe Biden, have done for us. Joe Biden is one of the biggest reasons right now in the United States that our justice system is so biased. Because of the 1994 crime bill, we still have families with family members in prison today from the 1980s. And if their family members have recently gotten out, families have been disrupted in humongous ways because of the 1994 crime bill. I want you all to look into the First Step Act initiated by Donald Trump. Do your own research. Don't just run with a ball that someone else shared with you. That's all. That's all I want to share right now. But again, I ask you to share this with someone, anyone, everyone, because I want you all to understand the magnitude of what's occurring in real time, that we're truly just allowing. but we still have the power to stop it. Again, let's pray about it, and let's do our own research, and don't be afraid or fearful of taking a stand. You don't have to go with the status quo. You do not have to go with family members because tradition says we're going to stick with the Democrats. You don't have to do that. Okay, I'm going to end now. Again, this is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer, signing out. Bye bye.